Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This video talks about a common atheist argument, that is the presence of mechanism argument. This is the name given to this argument by me. It has no such specific name, but in order to refer to it, we can call it presence of an argument, presence of a mechanism argument, or POMA. This argument states that the presence of a mechanism in anything negates the existence of the maker of that thing. So, this is the argument that is advanced by atheists to negate the existence of God. They say that since a mechanism is present for everything in the human body and in the cosmos. Therefore, there is no need of a creator or a maker. That is, there's no maker for human. There's no maker for humans, animals, and life, or the cosmos. This assumption is faulty. For example, the presence of a mechanism does not necessarily mean that there is no maker. In contrast, it indicates that there is a maker. It points out in the contrary direction. For example, the aerodynamic lift mechanism is present for a plane to fly. So the presence of this mechanism does not indicate the fact that this plane has no maker. It, on the contrary, indicates the fact that since intelligence has been used in the development of the mechanism of aerodynamic lift, therefore this thing must have a creator or a maker. Similarly, if we analyze how a steam engine works, it works on the principle or mechanism of the non-compressibility of gases or the expansion of steam. There are many mechanisms that are involved in the functioning of the steam engine. So by concluding that since many mechanisms are present in the working of the steam engine, that means the steam engine has no maker. That is, it has come into being without a maker. So this is the POMA argument, or the foolish argument of atheists who try to use the POMA argument in order to negate the absence of the God, while the POMA argument proves the existence of God. The highly complex mechanisms that are present in biological systems and that are present in the universe, and due to which the universe is fine-tuned, are a great proof that a creator was there. One more fact that the atheists will advance is that you cannot compare a machine with human beings. This is on the face of it, this is a very sound argument, but it has many problems in it. For example, we are here not comparing whether human beings and machines are the same. We are here comparing that there are mechanisms present for everything in human beings, and there are mechanisms for everything in machines also. For the development of mechanisms in machines, intelligence is required, and you cannot develop a machine without the input of human intelligence. In short, you cannot develop a machine without a maker. So the development of a machine requires intelligence. For example, if you are developing a telephone, you have to insert the camera. You have to insert the camera in the telephone, and you have to use the software. Which type of software you have to use for the particular function that the mobile phone is intended for. You have to decide that which type of software you are going to use. So this needs intelligence. You also have to decide about the display characteristics of the mobile, whether it will be a touch mobile or it will be a keypad mobile. This will depend upon the price, and this again requires intelligence. So, in the design of the mobile phone, there are many mechanisms involved. In the design of the mobile phone, there are many intelligent decisions involved, and the intelligent decisions are taken only by an intelligent being, that is a human being. If these intelligent decisions are not taken by any intelligent being, then the mobile will not come into existence, though the mechanisms that the mobile works upon are present. They are there. That is, the mechanisms will work if the component parts come together in an intelligent fashion, but the component parts cannot come together in an intelligent fashion unless there is an intelligent designer. This is similar to the fact that in a mechanical motor, the rotor and the stator and other such parts will not come together on their own. They will have to be assembled intelligently by an assembler or a human being. So this results in the formation of a mechanical motor. No one of us sees a mechanical motor come together. This similar type of motor is present in the bacterial flagellum. It has a stator, it has a rotor, and it has every other function, that is a rotary function, which leads to the rotation of the flagella, and that leads to the movement of bacteria or some other unicellular organisms or sperms. So the mechanism that underlies this flagellar motor or the mechanical motor is the law that if current is present in a stator, in a rotor, if current is present in a conductor and this conductor is present in a magnetic field, then this conductor experiences a force, and it requires intelligence to design this rotor in such a fashion that this force is converted into a rotary motion. So the magnetic force that acts on the conductor which carries the current is converted into rotary motion by the intelligence of the designer, that is the producer. He designs the conductor in such a way and forms a rotor that when the magnetic force acts on it, it is converted into a rotary motion. So intelligence is required in order to make a machine work, or the flagellar motor work. This same intelligence has to be required for the formation of the flagellar motor. Some people may argue that the flagellar motor comes into being on its own in every bacterial organism. This is a flawed idea because it does not come into being on its own. All the proteins which are required for the flagellar motor are synthesized by the DNA, and the information required for the interaction of the proteins between themselves is also encoded in the DNA. That is to say that whether a particular protein will have a positive group at a particular position and a particular protein will have a negative group at a particular position, and the two will interact to come together to form the stator or the rotor. This is there in the genetic material, is written in there in the genetic material, that a particular amino acid will be present at a particular group, uh, and that will result in positive charge, and a particular amino acid will be present in the second protein at a certain position, and that will result in negative charge, and the two proteins will then come together and form this stator or the rotor. So the interactions of the proteins like this are all encoded in the DNA. So everything that is required for this flagellar motor is encoded in the DNA. So this DNA represents the written information of the formation of this flagellar motor, and this written information cannot come into being without intelligence. And the intelligence that has designed this thing is the creator. So this argument that the flagella moves on the mechanism of that on the mechanism that conductor carrying electricity experiences a force in a magnetic field negate the fact that there's a maker of the there's a maker of the flagellar motor. This is total nonsense. This utter nonsense on the part of atheists. So actually, presence of a mechanism and the design of the mechanism to exploit it in a specific way proves the existence of a maker. So it also proves the existence of an intelligence that has designed a thing. Human body has been designed intelligently, and all biological systems have been designed intelligently, and they need a designer for their existence. Since human body and other human beings are present and extant, then there must be a creator because we see design in everything. And the presence of a mechanism does not negate the existence of a creator, but it proves the existence of a creator. Since for a mechanism to work properly, there is need of design. Now let's come back to the POMA argument. Let's take some more examples. Since the car works on the principle of friction, that is, the friction propels the car forward. As the car moves, tires of the car rotate, there's friction that will move the car forwards, or there may be reaction of the backward push of the tires that will also move the car forwards. So friction and reaction are the two mechanisms that move a car forwards. So according to atheists, this means that the car has no maker. This is a foolish argument which is based on superficial thought. This is the same argument which is advanced when it said to atheists, where did the DNA come from? We've talked about the DNA as the proof of God in another video. So DNA is so complex that it cannot come together by the nucleotides cannot come together by mere chance and form the DNA. This is impossible. We have proven that in a video. So when it is said to atheists is that how come the DNA came to form itself, they say that there must be a mechanism that will explain to us that how the DNA formed. Does this mean that if even if we discover a mechanism for the formation of the DNA, does that mean that the creator of the DNA does not exist? Does that mean that a maker does not exist for the DNA? Or does that mean a maker does not exist for the cell? Discovery of a mechanism for a particular biological process or a physical process does not negate the existence of the maker. So this argument is a superficial argument, and people need to get aware about this fallacy. This is a common argument that since we have naturalistic explanations for money thing, there should not be any maker. So this is a foolish argument that we have shown in this video.